Alright, let's see. Oh, look at that finally, yes. Okay, I'm quite happy that's worked out quite well. Oh, well, quite well. At least it worked out for the bit, right? That's already good enough for me. So, let's see if nothing crashed this time. Oh, look at that finally, yes. Okay, I'm quite happy that's worked out quite well. Oh, well, quite well. At least it worked out for the bit, right? A little bit of luck, I didn't miss too much there. So, let's see if nothing crashed this time. Yep, looks like we got look at that small finally, test. Yes. Okay, it's quite happy looping now. Let's stop that. It's very well. Oh, hey Slayer. That's... Hello. So yeah, I'll just talk through here, I guess. Okay, I'm quickly just gonna post to be working. That's surprising. Basically, I have been talking to myself for the past 20 minutes. Well, I know no one was watching, but I was planning on re-uploading it to YouTube afterwards. So let me just see. Let me just copy this, and you have a decent link. Else you never know, right? Okay. Anyway, dude, if you want to talk or something, you can say in there. I also have a TeamSpeak, which you can join in case you want to. Just say yes or something in the chat, and I will give you the IP. But I think it will be about it. Yeah, it has been quite the first timing I already messed up, I guess. I have a little script here running, measuring my time for every filter. I've started running this flag hider filter, which basically hides these item flags, because as these tag, I'm just trying to summarize very quickly what I have been explaining in the past 20 minutes, basically. Down here we have this hide flags variable in items, which we can basically use to hide stuff like enchantment and all that stuff. But still the enchantment is actually being there, but you simply don't have that text under everything, basically. Which is what I'm trying to do. I just joined, I got the video in my sub box though. Okay, cool. And I have this urge to write here, but it's of course quite useless. I'm wondering if it says two people, actually if that's me and Slayer, or if that's also someone else. Nope, Slayer. Anyway, thanks for joining, dudes. Just beware though, like this is quite boring stuff unless you're into MCEdit or something. If you want an explanation, I think I gave a pretty okay one in the previous announcement I made last week. But yeah, it's basically just going to be me adding MCEdit filters. Later on I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Basically just so people have a bit of an, seeing people at work really helped me to get along. And this is really a place where, in my opinion, there's a lot of documentation missing. So it's very nice if we can get stuff done there. So I'm just quickly going to summarize what I did. I got all of these tags. I imported them. Basically, these are all the MBT tags Minecraft is using. And yes, I guess not everything may be clear here in my explanation, but I'm just trying to, well, get through stuff quickly. Now you can MCEdit basically kind of mirrors these, tries to imitate these tags with its own objects, which you can import from PyMC level, which you will need if you want to edit them, which we will be doing. So that's why we're doing this. I won't need all of them, but I'm just, the arrays are only used very rarely, so that doesn't really matter. But anyway, let's get through this. Basically here we have 6 different things we can decide we want to be hidden or not. And basically right here, that's based on this variable, which says that basically it's a bit field, this one, which means that if we write this number we were going to insert in here in binary, we can have let's say, what the hell am I doing? Okay, like 100110, right? That means basically we have 1 stands for 32, so that's all the information will be hidden. These two mean that these things won't be hidden. Then this will be hidden again, this will also be hidden, this won't be hidden. That's basically how it will be working. Now there's this nice operator in most programming language which you can use to basically shift bits. I'm not going to get into this, but basically that's what we're using here to quickly get to convert these inputs into one variable which you will be applying to all of these item entities, well, not entities or whatever. Anyway, see you, Slayer, by the way. Okay, so I'm talking to viewers again on YouTube, a couple of them I guess. Hello. So let's continue, right? Okay, for what I was checking before I realized that Steam had crashed for some reason was that basically I was looking at these things. We're gonna look at chest, furnace, trap, door, hopper. Okay, chest, items, furnace, items, trap. Oh, where are you, trap? You also need an inventory. Because you're lonely. Okay, trap, dropper, and hopper. Yep, they all use the item stack, which is nice. So we can basically just say, okay, for item in items, I guess. Oh no, that's not item thing. It's I'm being an idiot. The items like this, basically. Yes. Okay, so basically the items are all the items we have, and we're basically just gonna override it in a second, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do this in a very simple way. Items is an empty list. I'm gonna take every item. We're just gonna go to the items tag, I believe. Yes, it's not on the main level, it's on the tag level, which is one level lower. So basically gonna have this tag compound item tag. So this is basically how you write MBT format with MCEdit, basically. Kinda annoying, but it does a trick. So if you know something about MBT format, I think it should make some sense to you. If not, read this page, read this page. Let me see, MBT format. Okay, it looks like that's not very... there we go. Okay, nice. So, yeah, that's definitely a nice thing to read, I guess. Let me just check to make sure. Quad was going to be joining. I don't even know when. Like, he said somewhere in the next hour or something. So, well, maybe that's a problem. We'll see. So, head flags is just going to be equal to, not actually that variable like that, but to the object int which we will be using as some kind of variable to be using this integer. So that's how we will be doing that. And I'm pretty sure that's actually about it. Oh no, we're not done yet, sorry. Items.append item, of course. And then at the end we're gonna replace this one by items. Now, this whole thing about using this different list may be redundant, but I don't see a lot of consistency in basically object references. So I'm not sure if I'm iterating through this, if it's actually editing items in this list, or if it's just editing them here temporarily. Yeah, that's not very clear. So in this case, at least we're sure that everything goes as planned. Okay. Little fly on my screen. Gonna take a sip of water, by the way. I'm happy that I put that there. So I think it's gonna be about it for this. And yeah, this is basically the stage at which I'm typically pretty surprised that the filter is already done, at least if it's a big one. Like, it always ends quicker than you expect, typically. Now, I went to do this here, but actually that's pretty stupid because I do not have any test world. Yeah. Of course we will change that now. I think, yep, I can close this. Oh no, let's go back. It's always useful to have this. I actually hope that this was not my introduction from the stream I just did a second ago. Also, let me just check. Oh, it's disconnecting stuff. Let's hope it's not disconnected from here. And yeah, of course, I'm a big noob on this matter. I totally acknowledge that, but really, most people are. So from the stream I just did. Okay, for once it seems that it does not crash. That's pretty nice. So, okay, let's start Minecraft and just get on with stuff. I think. Where's Minecraft? Oh, it's just taking some time to start. This doesn't look very good. Oh no, wait, this is MCEdit, I see. Yeah. I should definitely keep everything in one terminal. That's useful. Going to keep my bar a little bit organized. Oh, it's getting quite laggy. Yep, that may take some time. Okay. Of course, with this whole thing, 480p recording and streaming from my current laptop. Nope, I was the wrong world. I'm trying to go to higher flatland, but it's dang hard. Like, I basically have these two worlds. One of them was meant for stable versions, one of them was meant for snapshot versions, but now we are in 1.8 after like half a year. I'm using both of them constantly, and it's very stupid, but yeah, I am. I should probably move all of them into one world anyway. Okay, let's just stop this for a second, please. Or escape. Nope, escape again. Yes, save a quit, please. Okay. Let's make sure. I don't want to have people in chats who just say stuff and then go, no. Well, except for today. Like, I mean, no. It's okay if you were not interested. To be honest, I'm quite surprised you joined in the first place. But oh, something I just see here. That was a mistake. That's a function we're calling. Oh, not. We're calling an object, I guess. We're calling an object to be created. Anyway, I just want to say that, like, with doing ModJam Quad, joined a couple of times and just said something and I didn't respond because I didn't see chat, and then he went away again, and that's pretty sad, of course. So I tried to respond. It's really nice to have a second screen. Of course, an alternative to that would be just have resizing all of my windows. So I always have this little bar on the right for chat, but that would be a bit hard as well. Okay, let me just go down the render distance for a bit because we really won't be able to handle this. 4 should be a little bit better. Still not the best, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take a chest. Ooh, this is getting quite laggy. Let's just hope. Yeah. Well, luckily, most of the view with MCEdit filter writing is not in Minecraft. It's in MCEdit and text editor, so that should be not too heavy. Okay, I'm just gonna check a couple of different things like that, and a dropper. Let's do that. This is typically how I test stuff. I rarely just test all of possibilities, like all different features. Oh, I was trying to fall down actually. Apparently it doesn't want to fall down, so that's gonna be it. So we're gonna have chest, hopper, dropper. Okay, now of course we need some stuff to put into there, put in there. So what are we gonna put in there? Well, I guess it would be interesting to have like something which has all of these different tags. Pretty hard to make though, but I think you can do it. So give @p command block. Nope. Command block, yes. Now what you can do with that is just give me an item which has all these different interesting tags. Give @p item. Well, not item. What I'm saying. Diamond sword. Let's start with that. Let's check the source for a second. Diamond sword. Yes. Okay. Let's move on. Give. I want to help. Okay. Player item amount 1 data 0, I suppose. And data tag. That's very interesting stuff. We'll start. You'll have a tag in there also. No. Okay. Let me just quickly check Twitter. Please say it longer. I will probably read that on another point, but not now. I can see stuff on the horizon. That's so fast. Well, maybe you should stream to get there. And I bet it's talking about Twitch followers, by the way. Anyway, let's get back to work, shall we? Like, this is also supposed to be a little bit more casual than like a serious tutorial, in case you haven't noticed. So, tag. Now I should go to the chunk format, of course. No, actually, item format. Sorry. Now we go in here. Check stuff. Okay, I think we can start here. Unbreakable. That's just bytes, which is typically used for true or false, indeed. Okay, so we're gonna say that it is unbreakable, so it won't use durability. And basically, you're gonna give it all these different. Oh, dang it! It doesn't say that. Yes, okay, so unbreakable 1b, which basically means byte tag with value 1, then can destroy, well, it's a sword. I guess it's pretty weird if we can destroy stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Can destroy, I believe it was, yes. Minecraft stone and Minecraft dirt, just because I know their IDs by heart. And actually I need to add this in between. I'll also do a thing that is one string, of course. I think that should be okay. Okay, apparently it's not. It is not a valid number. I think yep, I forgot something. 1 0. Oh no, crap. 1 0, like that. Yes, okay. It does not give me any other text, so I bet it actually failed to give me some stuff, which sucks, but oh well. Yeah, actually maybe we should try something easier, right? Yeah. What can we do, right? Tag. Actually, there's not too much I can think about we can do. Guess we could try enchantment for a second. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay, so. Yeah, it's not giving any error messages, so I feel like there's something with the sword, but it's not telling me for some reason. Maybe it already has hidden all flags or something, I don't know. Then again, it says MT1 tag, so that's not entirely right either. And yeah, I will actually count this towards the further development time, simply because testing is just part of the whole process. You cannot deny it, basically. Yeah, I'm so interested, like, what is exactly wrong here? I feel like this could be a bug in Minecraft, like, there's the whole thing they're doing with, well, actually, I'm gonna replace it by a summon command. Summon, we're gonna summon an item. One above. And the tag is over here. Tag of that item entity, of course. Then we'll have that, and at the end we will have... Come on, scroll please, yes. We will have another tag to close, of course. Item. Now in the item tag we will actually also have other tags, like tag. But we will also have count. I will just quickly set that to 1, I believe. I believe a picture is a byte. Yep, it's a byte tag. That's pretty nice. And of course I didn't specify the ID, so we have this stone block now. Where's ID? Okay, here, ID. It's okay. I'm gonna put ID here. ID. Diamond sword. Now we got a diamond sword, but we still don't have... Oh, we got it, Okay, cool. So, it can break tile stone name. Pretty interesting. Let me see, what does it look like if we do it like this? Does it recognize those as well? Or not? I guess it has problems with stone anyway, doesn't it? Let's go for cobblestone, something that just works, right? Cobblestone. Missing number. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with all of these all of these IDs? Okay, we're gonna go very easy, okay? Wait, no, cobblestone, of course, you have to decapitalize it. I'm being an idiot. Yep, cobblestone like that. I got it. Cobblestone, dirt. That's what it can break. It's also unbreakable, as we said we wanted it to be. Now, what we're gonna do? Let's get it over here for a second. Lapslar is shipping apparently. Okay, can place on. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm a bit distracted for a second, never mind. So, can destroy, now we're gonna go for can place on, of course, as the next one. Is that can place on? Yes, it is. Perfect. Okay, I feel like... No, that's actually working, never mind. Okay, so we can place it on sandstone. Of course, it's not a block. It doesn't really work. But I think it will add that to there. But then it is some kind of placeable block. It's good. Now we will also add... not block entity tags, I believe. No, that's not too interesting. Or, well, technically, you know what, we can do it. I'm not sure though. No, let's not do it. I don't think it actually gives us anything else. Like, let me look at the flex, right? So right now we got unbreakable, can place on. Potion effects, potion effects should probably be a good one. Within book generation and author, explosion, fireworks, and map tooltips. I think I'm gonna go for stored enchantment. Maybe stored enchantment is better. I don't really know how that works. Oh, I see, for enchantment books. Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna add it to here, pretending that that's also the way to work. Also, now let's actually go for potion effects, so we can definitely see the difference between this one and this one. Okay, so we're gonna add another tag to the end of here. Enchant. This tag is going to contain one enchantment, I guess. Yeah, I don't really have space for anything more. Okay, enchantment. Let's look them up, shall we? Enchanting. Okay. So I want something a bit... Yep, 16. Okay, that sounds good. So we're gonna have ID 16 byte probably. This isn't really MCEdit filter writing, is it? What's the plan for the stream? I didn't quite follow. Oh man, that's already some time ago, dang it. Well, basically it's just writing MCEdit filters. If you have suggestions, you can say them. If you want to get in TeamSpeak, you can also say that. Well, it's basically just writing filters, really. Not much to it. Talking for a bit, maybe, if you're interested. But yeah, we'll upload this to YouTube later on, and then not as best resource, of course, but it's some kind of resource, basically. But I think he already left, not sure. Anyway, or he may still be in. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I actually did miscount it. Sorry. I assumed you left. Sorry. I'm very ashamed now. Wow. Okay, let's just continue. Hope he heard that. ID sharpness. That's okay. Now we're gonna go to level. It should be like a notification here, so I can see when there's a chat message. Yes. Oh, it's a short tag. We almost messed up. Short. Then level, I believe it's spelled like that. Yes, level in enchantment. Well, one is level 1. We're gonna go for 1. Pretty simple. Okay, let's see. Make sure we don't have messages in here. Dang it, I'm so surprised I really waited for 10 minutes there. Okay, now we got an enchantment. So now we have enchantment, sharpness 1. It's unbreakable, can break cobblestone and dirt, and can be placed on sandstone if it were a placeable block. Okay, there's even more we can add. Yes, that's why. Okay, not just do your own thing. I'd like to see what you can come up with. That's quite funny. Thanks, dude. Oh well. Basically what we're doing right now is just writing a filter, which you see all of these things which we have with this item. Like enchantments, unbreakable, can break this, can be placed on that. Well, it turns out you can actually remove those. There's a tag which you can use to remove those, and I'm just gonna make it really easy to edit items with that tag. So you can basically hide stuff from items. That's something I find quite useful, to just have the item name, no lore, nothing under it, just a simple selector. I used it once before, and I thought it would be nice to write a public filter for that. So, yeah, that's why we are here. We got enchantments, attribute modifiers. Oh man, I know so little about attributes. Don't take that offensive if you're religious or something. But he does post funny stuff sometimes, anyway. So, attribute modifiers. Got that over here, so let's just... Oh, dang it, I'm going to wrong stuff again. And now I'm interested to see if you are saying anything. Nope, you're not. When I say you mean Slayer Troll. Is anyone watching this afterwards? That's also pretty interesting, I have to admit. Okay, we will go to attribute modifiers now, because I'm really getting distracted here. And it's not good, because the majority of our testing is now just writing these commands. Which is a real mess, but yeah. Okay, attribute modifiers. It's already 4 lines long now. Oh. Okay, then we will have a single one in there. An attribute name. Ah, the modifier format. Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh my life. Oh, he knows almost nothing about attributes. Okay, well, guess it's always time to learn, right? You're learning MCEdit filters, I'm learning attributes. Okay, so we have a tag in there, then. Attribute name. Name of the attribute this modifier is to act upon. I'm just gonna go over here because I really don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. Okay, maybe I should actually swear a little bit less concerning this going on YouTube later on. Oh well, I don't think anyone will really mind that much. Just have modifiers adding on this attribute. But what is an attribute? Like, look at that. Wait for a mob. But no, it's for an item. But if the mob is holding it, or an entity is holding it, I guess the entity will also get that effect. Ugh. I thought it was just like, hey, you can wear stuff and it gives you effects. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it, okay? Very simple, we're gonna name this generic.movement speed, so it's gonna make us a little bit quicker if we wear it. Actually, not a little bit, because we want to be able to see the effect very clearly. So, attributes name. Bam, we got our name. I hope that works. Now we also have to add all the stuff on the modifier format. Name of this attribute. Base value. Dang, that's really hard. I don't know what it means. Or maybe just a modified format. All feeds from a modifier format. Name, amount, operation. Yes, list. Okay, name, amount, operation. Yep. Okay, we only have to do this. Never mind. Okay. I guess it's on the same level. I guess so. That's pretty complex. My life. Okay, I'm pretty sure I don't have to specify these. That's already something. You know what? Let's see what will happen if we do this. I think we may have lost something. Yeah, I think we did it. So we will have to specify more stuff, actually. We definitely have to. That's a bit annoying, but let's go for it. Let's go for it. Attributes. Nope, not here. Here, okay. Name, I think, did we already get that? No, we did not. How do I know a modifier's name? Can I just define it myself? Modifiers, attribute modifiers. Oh, nope. Let's just... Oh no, wait, let's do sprinting speed bonus, because it seems like to be remotely... remotely related, I guess? Yeah, okay, sprinting speed boosts. Okay, we got one nice. 2 left. Let's go. Amounts. This is just gonna be 2. I don't have a clue what I'm doing here. So let's go for 2. Operation. Let's just go for 0. I really don't have a clue what I'm doing here, so I don't want to mess with stuff. 0 is the most basic value. 0. Please give me something. I don't feel like I'm running faster. I also don't think it actually did anything. Okay, now we're gonna go to MCEdit to actually mess with this stuff because it's getting really annoying. and I don't like it. So now in MCEdit we're gonna use some a palette filter of mine. I don't show it typically, but it's not really a secret either. Basically what it does is simply it gives me the MBT data of the within the selection of like entities and totalities, which is really useful. So yeah, let's go over here. MBT data filter, yes. Then we check over here and we take a look. And we still have these. I actually did add those. That's pretty nice. I'm actually surprised that worked. So it actually is there, but it is not being shown. So that sucks actually. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Look guys, if you figure out what the attribute modifier is, you can show it to me, but it's too much for me. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna assume that I typed the stuff right and it's working. Oh, actually I didn't even have to type stuff right. That's the thing, right? So I'm just gonna remove attribute modifiers. It's such a mess. I'm sorry guys. So let's just remove all of that. I hope I will actually learn what this is all about someday, but for now I don't really have to, so I'm not gonna do it either. Oh, I can do this and this, I guess. Attribute modifiers, let's remove those as well. Okay, so we have 3 over there, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go all the way to the right. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this. So complex, I don't want to mess with it anymore. It's scary stuff, you know. Actually, I think I'm gonna go for sharpness 2 or something, just to make it more interesting, right? At least that's working, for once. Now. Okay, enchantment, we're gonna skip attribute modifiers. We got this. Potion effects, store enchantments. Potion effects, let's do that. Alright. Status effects, we'll just get ID, amplifier, duration, ambient. Oh man, we need to do all of this, dang it. That's a lot. But I'm ready. Let's do it. I am ready. Okay. Man, life, this thing is already taking over an hour. I'm actually quite surprised, to be honest. Oh well. Okay, get some potion effects. Now we'll have a list in here, and we will have one effect with an ID. It's gonna be a byte. So I can only add B. So what will be the value? Just assuming I can drink it, of course. Which of course isn't really the case with weapons, but that doesn't matter. You can do it anyway. And it will stay there, I'm pretty sure it does. And most importantly, it will give that flag which we want. So. Amplifier. Let's also go for 1. Byte, of course. But sure, with 0 being level 1. See, that's, yeah, never mind. That's actually the weird thing about it, isn't it? Actually, I can do 1 as well. Doesn't really matter. Duration. Let's go for 1 minute. In seconds, I guess. Oh no, in ticks. Okay. Duration, huh? Oh crap. This is gonna be weird. Yeah, it's not working yet. Let's add the other stuff as well. Duration in ticks. So that's 20 times 60 for a minute. So that's gonna be 1,200. So 1,200 byte. Wait. It's an integer, yeah. I was saying like, this doesn't fit in a byte. But yes, it doesn't. That's why it's an integer, of course. Ambient. True or false. So it's using a byte, as usual. What are we? Ambient, yes. 1 byte. So we don't get the effects. Doesn't really matter. I just want to get through this. Oh wait, actually, no, never mind. Actually, you don't need to have these last 2 effects, I think. Let's do it without them for a second. Please work. It's not working. It's not working. You know what? Why am I going through such a mess to get this done? There's a very simple way to do this. Just a second item. Very simple. Now. Okay, so we got, let me see, right? We got something for enchantment. We're gonna skip attribute modifiers. We got unbreakable to can store clan place on and other information. Normally I don't actually test stuff this thoroughly, but I thought for stream so other people can see, let's do it a little bit special and just do that. Anyway, this is how we will do stuff. We have finally gotten a nice test setup. Should probably have created this, prepared this off the stream, I guess. But now you also got some technical stuff. You're probably better at this stuff than me anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go to the flag header. It's more actually like a flag modifier, but oh well. Just to be sure this is working correctly. It is not changing. I feel like it's lagging a lot. Because that is not normal for checkboxes like those. Okay, let me see. Please give me back my MCEdit. That would be really nice. Let's see if anyone is in the stream. Nope. Oh well, Slayer Troll still is. Hey dudes. I'm really surprised you're still in here, to be honest. But yeah, that's cool. Or not. Haha. Looks like I was right in the first place, but I'm still wondering what this is, so... Anyway. I guess it's me, but it's very vague. Oh well. I don't really mind him leaving. I mean, he's not that much in the MCEdit world, I think, so... Like, that's totally okay, of course. Everyone got his own interest, but... It doesn't really surprise me that much, like... The average person would never watch it, I guess. If you're watching through here, I guess you're already kinda interested in this stuff. I mean, if you're watching through all of my rambling, that says a lot in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Come on. Okay, MCEdit crashed, I guess. Okay, we're gonna force this to shut down. Not also mixer, but MCEdit. Yeah, I've been listening a lot with audio lately. To be honest, I'm already quite happy that the stream is working, or at least it should be. Let me just do another check. You know, after that it crashed some time ago. I really want to make sure everything is working. A lot with audio lately. And yes, it is. Okay, that's nice. Okay, that's very nice. Let's go to high flatland. Do this. Not here. Dang it. Filter. Hide flags. Flag header, whatever. Okay, now it works. So we're gonna keep unbreakable for now. Just to make sure that everything is working. Filter. Close. I don't think, yep, I have not actually set any print messages. So if we go in here, the text actually still exists normally. But it just hid them. Of course I can't really check if they exist, but I'm just gonna assume it because it would be very, very illogical if they didn't, because I actually didn't edit the text themselves. I only edited the hide flags tag normally. I hope I did that correctly. Looks like it. No. Looks like it. Oh yeah, by the way, something chunk.dirty.true is equals to is just a way to basically force MCEdit to make sure that basically telling MCEdit, yes, I edited this chunk, so you have to reload it and make sure that all edits are saved correctly. That's something important. It does it automatically if you use some specific functions for setting blocks and block data, but it does not necessarily do it, it seems. I'm not sure what the exact requirements are, but it does typically not do it when you just have just editing entities or entities or whatever. Anyway, Minecraft is starting. With a little bit of luck, this is working, and we can basically stop our time. And then I will write the commentary. And actually, I kind of expected the squad to be here by now. Wait, there's someone joined. OMG, who could it be? Or they didn't, because the timer is... No, not the timer, the view... whatever. Oh man, I almost thought it was squad. I've been thinking about his filter suggestion he gave me yesterday, and I think that's a really easy way to mathematically basically solve it, but I don't think I will get into it unless he's here. There are other fields I can write as well. So, Minecraft 1.8, let's get in here, shall we? Loading the world. Logging in. Downloading terrain. Doing a lot of stuff, as you can see. So let's just see, right? I think I can see a chest here, or I don't know what I can see. Oh no, it's not chest. It's not chest at all. Why did I think that? It did also remove the unbreakable tag though, so that's an issue. That's definitely an issue, yes. I'm interested though, like, why did it remove that? Well, it's still on there, right? I mean, I could take this to damage a mob, I think. Well, I don't even have to check that in here. I have got filters to check that stuff. I just had to look in Minecraft. But yeah, this doesn't seem to be completely working, so I'm not gonna stop the timer yet. The timer's anyway a mess anyway because I had to restart the stream stuff. As I said, I didn't really expect this speed coding thing to go that well. Like, speed doesn't really go that well together, but yeah. Height flex is 59. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. Like, I know what's wrong. Yes. See, I told you there was still something wrong, and here it is. I assume that tag doesn't exist and I write tag, which of course is nonsense because if you're using this filter, you're probably you probably already have tag and you want to make sure that not everything in tag is basically shown because it's annoying. Now, how will we fix this? I think we'll have to go to find and replace. I've got some nice functions concerning tags in here. So we will basically check if there's something in here. If tag ID, let's see. Basically, I have to look if some tag exists in some other tag. Wait. The spawner mover, that is what it checks for spawn data and spawn potentials. See, as you can see, what I'm constantly doing when writing filters is just, well, not constantly, but a lot is just checking all the filters I wrote before, copying code from there and stuff. Not the best way to write the best code, but at least it works, and it saves me some time to think about stuff, basically. So, contains, that's the function. So basically, these tag objects, like lists and so on, have got this function which basically just gives a list. No, the function, and basically you can use to ask, does this tag exist? Yes or not. So what we can do is if this, and then spawn potentials is going to become tag. Now if not, of course, and it's going to be item. So basically, if the item does not have a tag, then it will create one, a new one. And if it does, then it will just use the old one. That's the way I think would be working. So, let's save that. I saved it, perfect. Let's not go into multiplayer, dang it, but it's taking some time to load already. Come on, come on. High flatland, let's see, squad here yet, nope. I could of course also start Skype, I'm not sure, he'll probably notify me on there if there's any issue. I think I'll start Skype in a second actually, yeah. So basically this is our old one, no, sorry, the one we actually wanted to use, yes. Let's do this. Okay. I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. Nice. Also gonna pick it up. Just to get rid of it. Wonderfully, you can just drink this, and it's... No, it's actually still got the effect. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, let's quickly get milk. I don't want this effect. Yeah, by the way, if you think I can ramble in my videos, I think this proves that my videos aren't even close to the worst side of me. Let's do that. we're gonna go to the flag header again. It should have been reloaded by now. Good. We're gonna do unbreakable. We're gonna keep unbreakable, that is. And it crashed again, I guess. Yep. Too much stuff going on at the same time. No, offline, if I'm not streaming, I can do this. Just run Minecraft, MCEdit, and that kind of stuff simultaneously. But yeah, not now, unfortunately. We'll have to restart MCEdit. Because MCEdit is slow, you'll have to force MCEdit to restart. Keyboard interrupt. Run MCEdit. As long as you don't have any unsafe stuff, I'm pretty sure you can just force it to shut down, and that doesn't really matter a whole lot. Oh, come on. MCEdit, come on. It's not being very cooperative today, is it? Shut down again. Restart. Yeah, it's behaving quite fishy because it's really on the verge of like its CPU usage, I guess. Okay, now it's a bit better. Gonna get rid of the unbreakable tag. Oh no, gotta get rid of all the other tags except for unbreakable. Yeah, that's right. Start Minecraft now, gonna check on here. And in the meanwhile, I will start up Skype. I'm not sure if I've done that, actually. So, if this crashes, then I will have to restart my computer, the entire stream. It'll take a bit of time, but wow, that was nice timing, dude. Hey, Daniel. So you did see my tweet after all, like... I attacked you in the first video, but you didn't respond. I was like, maybe he's not interested anymore. Oh well, so what we're doing right now is writing a flag header filter, as I call it. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but there's this nice tag. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, not sure, but not entirely. With items, and it allows you to hide all of this mess with enchantments and stuff. Basically, here it is. And I'm just gonna provide the player with an easy way, basically, to edit it, and right now it's almost entirely done. And well, actually I was about to start Sky, but you know what, let me just explain this to make sure that the stuff doesn't crash while I'm doing something important like explaining. But yeah, right now we have done the last test. I can show you the filter in a second again. Actually, here it is. Here's a short filter. I still have to edit this. I'll do that in a second. I still have a timer running actually here. But yeah, it's just too much. It just took too long anyway. With stuff crashing on the stream, and oh no, I went to multiplayer again, didn't I? Okay, high flatland. Let's see. Basically, if everything went correct, we should have all the flags on these items should have been hidden, except for the unbreakable tag on the swords. Also put them in different containers to make sure that it does not. It basically doesn't. Applies it to all containers. 3 viewers. Now this is getting quite interesting, isn't it? I think you broke a new record, guys. Let's see. Okay, it's me and Daniel. It's probably just another bug. We've had that earlier today as well. So, please. Yes, it worked. Finally. So, this thing actually has way more tags. It has these tags, but all of these have been hidden except for the unbreakable. That's the idea, basically. Using that hide tag thing, and it has been edited quickly and simply using MCEdit. So I'll probably make a video of that somewhere next week. Shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't be long compared to this anyway. So, Daniel, as it turns out, that was our last test. We're gonna stop the timer. 64 minutes, 8 seconds. Doesn't surprise me a whole lot, but I'm just gonna put it here in my timing. Oh yeah, dang it. I just realized I had to zoom in. So yeah, as you guys probably couldn't read much until now, so here is all the stuff I was talking about but you couldn't read earlier on. yeah. Let me just get the same. I'm pretty sure that's okay. Ooh, interesting. Thanks. Anyway, do you have any ideas for filters? Like, I can do suggestions right now. Yeah, I guess so. I even did it here to make sure that to basically test it and stuff. And I was like, okay. The only thing with Genie is that it does not automatically apply it to all things. It just does it for the single file. Yeah. Okay. So, also Daniel, if you've got TeamSpeak and you want to talk instead of type, that's an we've got TeamSpeak right here. I can get. Yeah, let's just hope there's no confidential information in here. No, there isn't. Like if this was a server password, I guess I shouldn't have done that, but I haven't given any passwords today. Inventory pods. I have to admit that filter is in my list, so I guess I could do it. But anyway, if you're interested, you can join there. If you're not, just stay in set. That's also fine. So high flags that. Now, are you talking about adventure pods? Because that is the one I have here, and that was from you, I believe. Yes. Oh yeah, that's actually also a nice one, but I will not do that now. It's pretty interesting. So, adventure pods. Please down a double chest slots. The reason I waited actually a lot is because partially, I'll jump on in a bit. Oh, cool. Thanks. So, place down a double chest. Slots 1 to 4 are the armor slots. These will be dispensed or auto-equipped to the player. Slots 5 to 9 are potion effects using... Oh man alive. 5 to 9. I don't even know how these just number that stuff. Yep, that one. Okay, that's nice. Oh, you have a schematic explanation. Let's see that. I'm gonna download that and paste it into my world, and then we can see. Because this is the description. Like I don't even know how the slots are actually counted in a double chest. I can guess from left, upper left to bottom right or something. But let's just check this. This will probably explain most of the problems I currently have. So save file. I'm gonna save it here in my MCEdit. Schematics. Adventure bots. It should be able to find that. So now that's it for the first filter. Hide flags. I will probably make a video of that somewhere next week. Took a little over an hour, mainly because of stream caching and stuff, but also because it's pretty slow here. Hello, Mr. Woody. I do not know you actually much who, but also hello. Pretty surprised actually. Hey, if you want to join TeamSpeak, oh dang it, no, that's the wrong one. That was on my clipboard. Oh. And if you want to join TeamSpeak, there it is. If you don't want, that's also fine. Okay, that's okay. No, we probably got the download by now, so I really have to. Unfortunately, I have to restart Minecraft every time. Basically, switch between Minecraft and MCEdit instead of keeping both of them on, which I typically do. It's save and stuff, no problems actually, but it's just too laggy basically. So, gonna import stuff. Okay, adventure pods. Yep. Oh, it's actually the first one. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, that looks interesting. Now let's get it in my world. Make sure there's nothing I'm missing out on. Let's get a little bit of airspace so we can get under it. Oh man, I think we're lagging again. Okay, let me quickly just reload this. Put TeamSpeak link in your about section if you want. That would be interesting, I guess. But thing is, yeah, it would probably be a good idea. I can't deny that. But the thing is that to get there, I'm not sure if I can really stream that. So then I would have to cut, and then we'll have to download different sections later on, and yeah. But I'll definitely do that on the next stream. That would probably be a good idea, at least because if it's the same stuff. But oh, that's okay, dude. I'm really happy you joined. Actually, 3 viewers. Dang it! I'd almost make a tweet about it. Okay, let me see. Nope, this one is crashed again. It's constantly happening. I'm really looking forward to my new computer in a couple of months or something along those lines. Should allow me to get some decent frame rates again. even when recording or streaming. Okay, so we are here in our world. Adventurer pod, let's get that. Let's not mess around too much, just get it a bit in the air. Import, save. MCEdit didn't cache. Yoo-hoo! Okay, now we can close that and check it out in Minecraft, because that's not too interesting, of course. So anyway, that's a suggestion you have. But I'm actually wondering, Daniel, are you interested in writing filters yourself, or because you've been, I've been seeing that you seem to be pretty curious in the subject right now, and oh my God, 4 people! I have to tweet about this now. 4 people, 4 people, no, 4 viewers on the stream. I would say it's not a new record, but it is. It's a new record, and apparently you retweeted my stuff. It's a new record, dang it.
User joined your channel.
Hello, Daniel? Oh no, that's you. Okay. Look at that. Oh well. Let's just quickly paste it here. And if you complain about me being too advertising, it's a stream. Like, come on, I barely advertise my videos anyway. Yeah. Okay, for the few folders, but nothing too much. Most just small ones. Do small things in bulk. Well, let's... I can't even say that's how I started, but it's definitely also a good way to start. I can see that. Basically, the only... Like, the thing is that I didn't really get into it with that, because I wanted to do... Because if it's something small, I basically would do it by hand and never have enough motivation to actually learn something like that. But I started doing it once I wanted animations, basically improved laminations, like a byte more rhythm. But then with basically instead of using basically constant, let's say, like convert that into format color code character. Yes, you've been saying a lot about it lately, and I do not really know how it works, because like I saw that command blocks with like colored command block text from Saplings filter seem to be broken, and I haven't really tried to fix that. I've just been like, okay, let's just go back to white, shall we? So that's how I'm doing it now. Maybe I'll change it later on, but that's it for now. So, down in terrain. Oh, look at that. By the way, yes, I do have the Alex skin, as it turns out. I really don't see why they added that one, by the way. No problem, dude. Don't even know why I'm typing this, but let's just... Ugh. Anyway, did I get this? No, I did not. Thanks, dude. Okay, let's get back to the stream. Okay, so. Oh man, for a second I was like, no, it reset my entire world. Yeah, and then so he last had to turn around. So, we are 4 chunks. So that's not the issue, but it's being quite laggy, unfortunately. Can I fly up? Nope, it's still laggy. Oh, I can. Okay. So, I would love to close some stuff down though, so I'm definitely not gonna start Skype too much. Like their explanation by 9cats. Is that your in-game name? Something, or did you use some kind of trick to get that going? With custom lore and stuff, I guess. You can do that. Signs are numbered. These numbers are coordinated to each page in this book. The book describes how the system is working. The bot. The bot does two basic things. First, it activates a pressure plate which sets off the armor dispensers. Secondly, okay, let me get it right. I'm getting a bit tired, so getting a bit stupid here, but oh well. Which sets off the armor dispenser. Secondly, activates the command block below the player. Side note: armor dispenser item count for all 9 of each slot is set to -1. Okay, that last part sounds pretty reasonable to me. Before that, I feel like I will have to get more into it. Redstone, this command block then creates a vertical line of redstone blocks activating command blocks. command. The commands can be not be rotated. The commands activate in following order: minus x, minus y, minus x, minus a, plus c, plus y. Okay. This ensures that items are given in order. The resets, it's as easy as it seems. It restores the headstone blocks back to the stone for quick reuse. The entire system works in 3 ticks, or 1.5 headstone ticks, or 3 game ticks, so the players won't spend all day waiting. Optional scoreboard to the extra space. When designing the pod, I add an extra block in proper order. Ooh, this block, I also have to check chat. Yeah, I did expect that. Sometimes my chat goes out. Yeah, I've been having a lot of issues with Twitch lately, unfortunately. Since they were bought by Amazon, a lot of people weren't too happy with that, it seemed, and video wrestling has been quite common since then. Also other bugs which were longer in the game for long already. But yeah. After filter. So. This looks like, okay, this is interesting. So, we have the armor or something, because, okay, there's nothing in here. I suppose you would have like the armor to equip it on the 4 sides of the player. My internet is so bad I can't watch your stream properly. Oh my god, you're missing out on a terrible piece of entertainment. That sucks. No, I'm actually quite. I'm quite. Well, not happy. Surprised. Yes, surprised. There's so many people watching. Oh well. So let's get to the stuff. While Daniel, I guess, see that. Hey, Infern! 5th person, I don't know. Kind of 5th person today, joining today. And Quad will probably be on later today. Stream on YouTube are faster for me, but no, it's a big hassle to stream there. I do indeed not have any clue how you stream on YouTube, to be honest. Like, I'm just trying to keep stuff a bit simple. And hello, Infern. Gonna take a sip of water again. Dang it. I don't see how people can talk like this. Like, drinking helps for a bit, but still, talking for hours and hours is just... It ruins you, I think. But yeah, there are people who can do it. And hello, Blockster! Dang it. Let me get the stage, right? We got Slayer, Daniel, Leju, Infern, Blockster. That's 5 people. Oh my god. And me, technically, I guess. I usually try to watch, but you're always offline when I see your tweets. But I never stream. What? I'm sorry. Maybe they're talking to each other or something. Because it's pretty hazy now because I'm always offline because I never stream. This is the first time my first independent stream, and before that it was yeah, some other stuff basically. Right, I know how you feel. My throat gets dry in minutes of talking, lol. Well, maybe that also happened in the past, but I guess I'm lucky then, because that means that YouTube has kinda allowed me to talk for longer. Like, I never really have to drink in Let's Play episodes, even if they take like an hour or something, but right now it's getting a bit worse. Oh well. Ok, I desist. I'm sorry. Okay, I just listened to you around. Oh, cool. So I guess that means that you will have audio sooner than the others. Oh yeah, by the way, about the new people who joined, I will quickly copy the TeamSpeak IP again in case you want to join and talk real life or whatever. You can do that. Okay, cool. Man live, I'm really surprised there are so much people here. Also, thanks for the new follows, guys. I see that 2 new people followed, I believe. But yeah. Because I kind of have to keep stuff content related. I don't think I'm gonna finish your adventure pods filter today, sorry. Daniel, but I will definitely try to start on it. So, let me get to say it right. Basically, so the idea is we have a player. They, in some way, get teleported over to here, right? They activate the pressure plates. Yes, this fills the stack below with a redstone, and this sets it back to stone. Okay, that sounds alright. Say scoreboard data 47, 93. Oh, this is just for order. Okay, so I guess these 4 are the dispenser which I just filled with -1 armor to make sure you get the armor. But the order doesn't really matter there, so that's just filling it up. So what does the filter have to like? What's the variable stuff basically? constant stuff, dispensers, black wool. This command block will be there. That one also at a variable height. And the contents of the dispensers, this command block, the bottom command block, and these things will also be variable. Okay, wait a second. Let me see. I see TP info here. Oh, okay. I guess you can use that for info, yes. Let's cover data here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna get through this, right? 1. Where's 1? I'm looking for 1. Daniel, why did you hide 1? This is unfair. No. Okay, here we've got an empty chest. I guess. Yeah, that's just. Okay, the pot. That's 2. Okay. Yes, that looks pretty nice. 3. Where's 3? Oh, here. It basically just sets the thing below, yes. The commands. The commands blocks cannot be rotated, yes, okay, that makes sense. You're using it in a specific order. To ensure items are given in order. The reset. It's as easy as it seems, as he stores the redstone blocks back to stone for quick reuse. Okay. I guess someone left. That's totally fine. See ya, whoever left. Hope you liked it. Anyway, it's as easy as it seems. It restores the redstone blocks back to stone, and we're getting a message on TeamSpeak. It was me. Well, that's totally fine, by the way. If you got something else to do, or it's just boring, which I can imagine. This is basically just for people who are interested in like writing filters themselves, and they want to see how it's done, I guess. Or at least how someone does it. I think everyone here has different approaches to this kind of stuff. You can see it in the kind of filters. So, sounds unknown. Oh, dang it.
User joined your channel.
Hello? Infern.
Hello.
So, you've got anything to talk about, please?
What?
Well, this is a trait, you see, like, you got the TeamSpeak IP, you can talk here, so you talk, and now you fill the rest of the stream for me, because I don't have anything to talk about.
All right.
So, what's up?
Not much. You?
Well, I'm writing filters, as you may know.
Yeah.
So, like, are you, like, I did not know you at all, actually, until 5 seconds ago, no, not 5 minutes ago. So,
Yeah.
like, are you also, like, into MCEdit filters, or where did you hear from us?
I've looked into MCEdit filters. I haven't done much with them other than learn to make pattern. It just code with it. Not anything like make a whole.
Make a
whatever this
well,
is.
well, humble beginnings, right? I mean, I can't really say I'm at like a big ending here, but I mean, I gotta start somewhere. And really, like, this is the main reason I'm doing this stuff, because I may be getting some kind of tutorials here soon for filters. So yeah, basically for that, it would be nice to have a couple of streams as documentation. Like, it's not the best tutorial material, but at least this kind of shows how some stuff is done.
Makes sense.
Now the problem is, I could of course talk like I just was, like, about the stuff I'm doing, but like that
After a
just
while,
yeah, but well,
can't say much.
yes, but like, then why are you here? Like, if you want to say something, just say it, right? I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing this publicly, because I think it works. It has worked on other streams, and I want to see how it works here.
Yeah.
Okay. I really love to stay for quad, but the main problem is that if I start Skype, I think it's just gonna get too laggy, everything. So also, it's maybe not the best thing to start on a stream. So, you know what? I'm actually gonna take a break for a second, if no one minds. I'm gonna get new water. Also just get my iPad, log in on Skype, see what's up with quad, if it's coming or he has a problem. No problem. Oh, cool. Okay, so guys, I'm gone for like 5 minutes, maybe less, maybe more. We'll see. Anyway, see you in a second. amazing. So I was basically talking to you guys. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Hi.
hey,
Hola.
hey, Daniel. I didn't see you joined. Hey.
Glad to be here.
Okay. So you're American or like I'm trying to guess accents, but I'm not good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess that's pretty broad anyway, so that's a bit of an easy guess. But okay. So I guess over here, what will we have, right? In the first 9 slot. So tell me, please. Like you will see there's like 30 seconds delay on the stream, but in the top chest you put the armor or something you want. It is with audio and stuff, or well, I guess you're not checking. Makes sense.
There's audio.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm actually surprised. Like it's also streaming you guys, so that's pretty nice actually. So yeah, we got 2 chests here. They're empty in my case though. So Daniel, I assume we have in the top chest we put the 4 armor slots, and then in the
Oh,
bottom.
sorry about that. Were you saying something to me?
Yes, your example, like it's empty basically. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it was more of a placeholder than actually
yeah,
the
but
full setup plan.
yeah, that's okay because I mean it takes some time to write. But what I was basically interested in is like, what format does the input use? Like you've got 2 chests, small chests on top of each other, okay? And how does it read from there? Like, where does the player have to put the armor? Where the
Well,
hotbar?
basically the idea was the armor was going to be the first 4 slots,
Yes.
and then the weapon, or it would be the weapon for the very first slot, then the armor, then the rest of the inventory would be everything following it in chronological order.
Well, I may just, if you're okay with this, I think, like I'm gonna do this on stream so you can definitely see what I'm trying to say, but let me just actually remove all of this except for your explanation. All of this is not too valuable. Okay, let's just remove that. So, for armor, I'm just gonna take these 4 things. The order technically doesn't really matter. You just gotta equip everything. So I think, like, a suggestion I have would be, well, actually, armor, I'm not gonna put, put hearts, but let's actually not put the armor there. So basically, we put armor on the second row. Then on the first row, we're gonna put our hotbar, because our inventory has 4 rows, so we can't really put it in one single chest. So it should be seeing what I'm doing in like 30 seconds or something. Anyway.
Yeah, there's about a 15-second delay.
Oh, 15, that's actually pretty good. Oh well. Okay. So basically, you got the gist of it, I guess. So we basically just put, this is basically how it would correspond, and then, like, I'm not gonna show this, but I mean, this will literally correspond to this, right? Right.
Give me 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Oh yeah,
The
dang it,
top
I'm
bar
forgetting.
will be your hotbar.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, so basically, top bar of the top chest will be hotbar. 4 first slots of the second row will be, of the top chest, will be the armor. And then the entire bottom chest will be your entire inventory, except for the hotbar.
That makes sense.
Okay, so that's something to start with. Now, I see you have placed some order in here, basically. Of like, the order in which stuff is executed or what? I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty nice. Now, you have one thing saying, say scoreboard data. Here. That's a placeholder, I suppose, but...
I'm gonna have to wait till the string pops up, because I forgot
so-
what that was there for.
Okay. Yeah, also say TP info here, so you can have like... I guess that could be like an input for the filter, like you can have a message which appears when you... which will basically just be put here. That would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and scoreboard data.
Okay, so scoreboard
Okay.
data here. That would be like you have chosen like the warrior class.
Oh, so this is like not dependent on any scoreboard values. And here we do an execute or something. Execute at
Yeah.
a...
Like the TP and the execute, or the scoreboard data,
Yeah.
those are for the very last things that pop up. So, say you selected the warrior class, and in their map, their scoreboard is required to say that they are a warrior. That way, external redstone will activate throughout the map. That way, they have a scoreboard tag that dignifies to them being a warrior.
Oh, okay. So what you basically have is scoreboard, scoreboard player set at A in a radius of 5 blocks or something, warrior or whatever 1, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I guess as variable in the filter, I can use like the scoreboard name, if there's one. If you don't enter any, it will just not have this command block, and it will just assume that you're using 0 and 1 as values. Like if you want to do it differently, you just remove this one.
For the TP command, that can pretty much be just /TP and then blank or /say TP, because that's something that the player is going to have to dignify all on their own. Or it could just be a value that you can type in a string.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, you know what, let's make this a string input. So the string input is going to be the teleportation location, so you can also use it with Sevlinks filter for like convert signs to something. I haven't used it, but it's pretty popular. So then here we the scoreboard name is going to be the variable, and that should be working, I guess. So okay, that sounds interesting. I'm 90% certain I won't get that done today, but it's definitely something. Like I think I got the main concept now, and I should be able to write this. But yeah, we'll start off stream. Oh yeah, also something I quickly want to mention. I just thought of the fact that I did not write a commentary for this flag hider, but I'm not gonna do it today. It's just too much of a mess. I hope I will do it, remember it, but it's not that
totally
educational. So
yeah, there's a whole lot going on there. I totally understand that.
Well, a whole lot. It's not that complex, but it's like not that interesting either. Just this is what it does. This is what every option does. This is where I got everything from. So credits and yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start with,
User disconnected from your channel.
and by Infern. Yes. Okay, I'm getting stuff. I'm trying to remember names. It's getting pretty good now. Okay. So to start with, we are sure we're using the black wool, right? For the pot, I guess. Like there isn't any better block, like block of coal or something. Daniel?
What's that?
Block of. Do you think we are going for black wool or obsidian or block of coal or?
Oh
like
yeah, I've done actually several tests in my map for that. Black wool seems to be the darkest possible thing that you can get.
Well, okay then. Also, why is it so high?
Because coal has a slight, like, white tint across it. But what'd you ask?
Okay. Why is it actually so high? The bot, like it's 3 blocks on the inside.
That, what is it? Oh, if you're using a Seth Bling's, like, TP filter, the issue with it is it teleports you halfway in the center instead of at the bottom of the block. So if you were to teleport into a 2-chamber, then you would hit your head halfway through the block and you'd take some suffocation damage.
Yeah, okay, so I guess if you want to change it, you can just quickly change the bot or just teleport the player to the right position or whatever. Doesn't matter that much. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's pretty nice. So, first, I think we're gonna go for source and target selection again, although I have just thought of something. All of these are actually relative commands, right?
I believe so, yeah. Or
Okay,
at least
that
they can be
means
used like that.
there's actually something pretty neat Texel I've discovered not too long ago, and I think I may be able to use it. Like, basically what this is, you have a how should I say this? Basically, it allows you to paste a schematic into the come on. It allows you to paste a schematic into the clipboard of MCEdit, basically. So that's a pretty nice way of pasting stuff in. So you just select what you want, like these chests, and then you press filter. It gives you this schematic on your clipboard, and you can just paste it in and use the preview and MCEdit to get that stuff going. So I think that would be a good way to go at it.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I have to never use it though, so I will have to. I'm pretty sure like Dexelelf mentioned it somewhere in the past couple of weeks, so I should be able to find it quite quickly. Okay, let's just scroll through his stuff. Okay. Wait, what? This thing is Linux now? I always thought, oh my gee, I always thought it wasn't. That's just stupid on my part, I guess. Okay, let's see. Yeah, like just totally unrelated, but I always was like, oh, the MBT editor. I always have to edit stuff manually using this random MCEdit filters and stuff. Okay, let me just see. Find a page. Clipboard. I think that should work. Okay, edit MBTs are copied to the external clipboard. Yep, you only mentioned it once actually, but that's enough. I think there's something wrong when a text document is being compressed in a zip. Oh no, wait, he actually used icons, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's certainly got to be a big file.
Oh my god, this is a filter! Like, I'd look at this, I'm just like, doesn't even look like MCEdit source code. Oh man. Like, there's way too much on the main level, basically. Normally you write everything on like a second level and stuff, but yeah. This filter is a mess. Anyway, let's just hope he has a clipboard in here somewhere. He does. That's pretty cool. Delete clipboard.
I'm just now viewing that. This looks wild, how much is going on there.
Yes, it's Dexelelf. You never, like, tip for everyone out there, don't try to use Dexelelf's filters as a guide. You're just hurting yourself a lot. Oh man. Okay, come to think of it, maybe I should just try to I will not finish the filter today anyway, so I think I'm gonna ask Dexelelf for a... Like, this guy is so active, maybe he even would even respond on the stream. I think often ask this guy questions and he's way too... Like, if you ask this guy a question, watch out. You get a response, but you don't just get any response. You get a response of like 6 or 7 tweets.
So you get a Dexelelf response.
Yeah, the Dexelelf, I guess. Okay, so I just checked your MET by filter. Explain. I have to... Ah, dang it. I have to mesh... Okay, I have to mesh my... Dang it! No! My X key these days to get it working. Kinda annoying. But well, but could you quickly explain schematics to the MCEdit clipboard? Man, life is even short for me. 2 tweets. Okay, it's on there now. Okay, so with a little bit of luck, we got answer when I make up tomorrow or something. Like, this guy's way too active, believe me. Though he doesn't post a lot of videos, he's very helpful around the MCEdit community. Anyway, I'm not gonna read that.
He certainly is.
Yeah, like you've also talked with him, right? About some MCEdit
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, he actually was the one that first suggested that I start getting into writing filters, and that's after that I checked out how to write in Python. Totally gave up on that.
Oh no. Okay, let's just.
I opened a few filters and then found out how much easier it is once you have something you can relate to.
Well, this isn't the best filter to relate to. Like, that's actually a quite nice filter by Quad, but he wanted to see it on stream, so I'm not gonna make it now, but maybe I'll make it another time.
Yeah.
It's a very nice, a very simple. Basically, what it does is extremely simple. So it's really about, not really about the programming, but about how to use MCEdit, basically. So that should be an easy filter to understand and write. Yeah, but we'll do that later on. For now, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the night on this one. So, to start with, as always, I guess I can start the time again. So, let's start the time again. Not like anyone really cares, but start. Okay, we started the time. I'm already stuck because my first step with writing filters is just copy another filter, which looks a little bit like it, but that's not really what we're doing here, is it? So
you know, there is something that you can do.
Huh?
What is it? Seth Bling's inventory or create geared mobs filter does something similar to this, just doesn't do it with command blocks.
Well, if
it
I have
says like it takes this slot and places it in this slot, and then you can change that to in XYZ relative to where the chests are with this command.
Well, if I have to download new stuff for it, I typically just start rewriting my own stuff. So I think it's quicker just so adventurer bots something filter. Oh, I'm not sure. Let's just say
I don't know.
What can I say?
Gear pods.
No, adventure bots is actually okay. Like it doesn't really matter as far as length is concerned. Adventure bots. Let's just put it that way. Okay, adventure pods. So we got that one now. So I think you should be able to read this compared to the last one. That's pretty nice. Like it should be popping up in like 20 seconds or something on the stream. So yeah, this is a finite base filter. Actually, it's extremely simple as you can see, in case you were interested. And it actually does go recursively, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna remove most of this because it's totally worthless in this scenario. So, just the inputs for a second again. Teleport location, so that's where it's going to teleport to afterwards. And then the scoreboard name. Okay, that's pretty cool. I also typically just enter for a lot here because I don't like working on the bottom of my screen. Kind of annoying. Okay.
Do you know if you can clear a specific slot in the inventory?
Using command blocks?
Yeah.
I do not think so, unless like there's this one way we could do it, but I'm pretty sure Mojang hasn't done it. We can actually just check it right here. I'm surprised though, by the way. Like this is extremely this is almost smoother than when I record on 720p, but that's not even streaming. Anyway, so we're gonna do data at a something. Let's say motion is gonna be upwards. 1 block a second. And this should give me an error. 1.256 is a player and cannot be changed, and that is the issue. Sabian had said it, and he's not even a command block guy, but I'm not a fan of it, but they wrote some kind of exception for players. All entities work, but players don't, and that allows...
this seems like a real irritation that they coded to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, it like, technically speaking, players are entities. It's not like this is a technical problem. They just coded it in because they didn't want us to change players for some reason. While that's all we've been doing.
Why? Maybe that's what we mostly want to do. Like we have yet to have a way to add velocity to a player.
Yes, like you can put creepers around him, but that's a messy way. Like if we could have motion, we could already start like getting out of those 20 FPS animations, like not animations, like like flybys, the Kosh Pixels camera sealer filter, right? You may have heard of that one. Like that. If you could actually add motion between the different frames, it wouldn't be 200 frames of FPS anymore, and you could actually get a really serious cutscene there. Like that now, it's a bit messy.
Oh, absolutely.
I really, really hope they add it someday. Like that's actually a main feature I want right now. I think that would add so much possibilities.
What's the command that isn't /give, but it allows you to put something in a specific slot?
Entity data. I do not know.
I'll go through the list and find out.
Okay. So basically, we're gonna define a. Well, everything we're gonna do in this filter is gonna be inside of a schematic object. Now, oh, you gotta be kidding me! No way! I got a notification. Oh no, wait. Okay, it was just Mudkip liking my stuff. Thanks, dude. For a second, I was like, oh no, it can't be text love. It can't be. This guy's too quick. But it wasn't. Okay. So we're gonna start. I think at least. I'm thinking though, like, do you know if in the MBT format blocks these days really use strings or it's still numeric IDs? Because that would be really interesting.
What's that?
Basically, like, you know, they're trying to convert stuff from numeric IDs to strings. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if they actually if blocks these days are now stored in numbers or in strings. It's also something which is kind of
They're
big
still
to me.
stored in numbers.
Yeah, okay. I thought that. It's a big mess, but yeah. Okay.
Just the commands use strings.
Yeah, like they're trying to make it seem like they're technically changing stuff, but they are not. They're just changing the command syntax basically for some reason. Yeah.
I don't see
not
why
taking, I
they
guess.
added code to remove the ability of using numbers. For the maps that used to use numbers, now they're not usable at all.
Nope, but I think there are probably filters out there which can
Oh, yeah,
recognize
there's a
quite
lot
some
of them.
commands and then replace them by better commands. Okay. So, what I think I'm gonna use here, at least for now, because my throat is getting quite sore and it's not helping. I keep on talking too much. And hello, actually. Danny's Twitch ads, it's possible to check if there's a specific inventory slot. Yes, we know it is with test 4, but we want to clear a specific slot or set it to a certain item. And hello, girl, YouTube. Welcome to the stream.
User disconnected from your channel.
I
Bye,
found it.
Laju,
It's
if you
these-
still hear this. Yes?
I found the command. It's replace item, entity,
Replace
and then you
item.
can use at players.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So can you replace like a specific item by nothing, or?
That's actually why I was asking, because I'm about to try that out.
Okay then. Okay, I'm not sure, like, my throat is getting really sore, so I probably won't talk much more from this point onwards. So, get ready for a silent stream, guys. If you want to talk, Daniel. But, like, my throat is getting sore and drinking doesn't really help, so I guess it's just very tired, or whatever.
Yeah,
So
just
I'll
try
just-
a teaspoon of honey.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a teaspoon of honey is?
Oh, no, I do know what it is, but I don't have honey, and in fact, I don't think I've ever eaten or drunk or whatever honey. To be honest. In case that surprises you. No. So we're gonna start to create a schematic. And I'm gonna call it schematic, because that's the way we do stuff apparently. Okay, I think the demo filter has something with schematics in here. Yes, it does. Learned
So
one
I
that
just
kind of
found out that you can replace entity at player slot, armor, head, or really any slot, and you can replace it with air, so you can clear a specific slot.
Oh, okay, that's nice. So that's something. It doesn't say well, like it. I can still talk, but it's just starting to hurt. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, you're all good.
Yep. Okay, we got a new follower. I'll check the guy later on. I don't like people who
Welcome.
follow me. Well, I always check people who follow me to see if they're not just, you know, people who have macros to follow people automatically. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I do that. So schematic. Let's see. Okay, I think I've got a filter which may like I will definitely have to copy some stuff from here to start with. Okay. Let's get over here. Then we're going to import the MC schematic. This is something quite useful, basically. Schematics are objects, just to like people who are interested. Schematics are not just things you can save, basically. The files you have can be imported as a schematic object, as a Python schematic object, basically, which is defined by MCEdit by MC level. So you can import MC schematic object and you can do a lot of stuff with that, like quick pasting and that kind of stuff. It's way better than using level.setBlock add typically, but it's also a bit more complex to use. So for big pastes and stuff, I typically use that. Oh, I should use it. I actually only learned how to use it 2 months ago. Yeah, that's that. Now I think for once I will actually have to go to the source code. That's something I've been doing a bit lately. Can be a
What's
bit
that
hard.
for?
But well, basically trying to figure out like functions. Like for example, right now I need to create an MC schematic. I do not know the size. I would want to have a variable size, but I'm not sure. So yeah, a lot of stuff there. Although actually I can technically check the size, I guess. The adventure pod is 3 by 3, and in height can be checked as well. Okay, so let's do it. 3 by 3, and height is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have all these items which have to be given, so it's 27 plus 9, that's 36. It's 9 rows of 4. I guess I won't have these. And just keep this row exclusive to this, and then everything below here to the items. So at most it will be... I guess I can't create a schematic at the beginning, because I will probably need the bounding box. Anyway, let me just check that to make sure. Okay, I'm not really sure where I'm actually importing this from, but let's hope we can find it. Nope, not here. This is how a lot of the stuff goes.
Oh yeah, it's just trial and error.
Yes. Basically, I'm just trying to find the schematic object, which is defined somewhere. I think I may have gotten it. Oh no, it's literally just called schematic. Seriously? Yes, it is. Okay, I was looking for MC schematic, but it's called schematic, so that explains something. Okay, so basically I want to create one of these objects, but I guess I can also just create one which is empty. Though maybe that's a function for that, if I'm lucky. Okay. Just trying to scroll through all functions basically and see if there's anything interesting to see.
Hey Woo, do you happen to know the name of the program where Notch was a part of, where he made a game in like 2 days or 3 days?
Ludum there?
What's that?
That's the competition I think you're talking about.
What's
Or
it called?
Ludum there, or well, it's a bit hard. Like it's somewhere between Latin and English, I guess. So L-U-D.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, okay, good.
Thanks for
Yeah.
that.
No problem.
What would you think of a 48-hour map competition?
Have you heard of ModJam?
Nah.
Okay, that's a
Well, I've
competition.
heard of them, but I've never seen anything about it?
Well, that's 4 days. 48 days. It's the only competition I know of. It accepts custom maps since some time. And yeah, that's 4 days basically. Apart from that, it's very similar to the Ludum Dare.
I'm gonna go ahead and check that out.
Okay. Guess it was something like this. Well, actually, no, it will be something like... I'm trying to calculate the height here, by the way. We form no, and then seal, which means we have to import a function, but just like this. So, okay, let's get this done, shall we? So to start with, we're gonna look for the chest with the, basically we're gonna define all of the slots we want. So for the armor spec, gonna be pretty simple. We just have to copy the text. For the other ones, we have to, I think, Daniel, you want us to basically give the player the items, right? Using the give command.
Yes.
Okay. So that means the MBT data will have to be converted to the Minecraft command format, which I will not probably get into. It's a bit complex, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are other people who also do it. And well, maybe I can do it, but it's like I've learned some stuff
Sorry
about
about that. I
text.
haven't heard you for the last like 5 seconds. I had a video blaring in my
I'm
ears.
sorry. Basically, I will probably just copy that code from someone else, at least if they have given
Oh yeah,
permission.
yeah.
And of course I will give credit. But yeah. So for adventure part, okay. I think we should be adding all these things to a list. Let me take a look for a second at the. Actually, this doesn't even matter. I'm being an idiot. It's not like we're actually setting the adventure slot numbers.
I will be right back.
Okay. TeamSpeak. Oh, looks like we got Quad in. Quad. Wait a second. Maybe he's in the chat. No, he's not. Hey, why to be happy? A Mexican like you content. Okay, yes, you're Mexican. Did Mojang Hyper junkie starting item? It did not, because it's basically the way. Well, the only other thing they could do is well, there's not much they can do really. Like, the chunk can't be read. So it's got to do something with the chunk. Either it corrupts the chunk, just leaves it like that, makes the world entirely inaccessible, which screws you over basically, or they regenerate it, which screws you over if you build something in it. But I guess it's okay. Wait, no, it's just an alternative, of course. Basically removing only the item which has been causing the stuff, but then they have to locate that the MBT stack limit has been breached inside of one single item entity, which can be removed easily without any damage to the chunk, which of course requires extra code, but that's really possible. But it's mostly just hard stuff to get through. In case you're listening also to other people who may be listening to it later on. And thanks, dude. Guess we're also getting support from Mexico now. Probably through LH. I think it's, yeah, they speak Spanish in Mexico, so getting a lot of people from the Spanish-speaking community, I suppose. Okay. Oh wait, I think I didn't set something to the quad. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm sending something to quad right now, by the way. And done. Oh, okay. That's dealt with, I guess. I guess we'll see quad on the stream shortly. Now we haven't really done too much on this filter, but the checkerboard. Okay, yeah. Quad asked for a checkerboard filter. That one is so simple. I think I'm just quickly gonna squeeze that in. Maybe work a little bit more on this later tonight, but okay. Quad says he's coming on. Perfect. We got him, guys. Just know what's up to him. Dum-dum-dum. Yeah. But it's just a bit stupid with the scap notifications, in my opinion. Anyway. If you do this, then what happens? This doesn't make any sense, does it? No, this is just getting really weird in my opinion. So let me just grab a command block, grab the button as well. Give the player something simple like dirt. Oh, actually I didn't want to have that kind of stuff. No, oh dang it. We'll have to do this. No, not that actually. That, you move, that, okay. Give dirt. Okay, I think Quad should be in the stream right now, or not. Okay, he's taking his time, totally fine. With that, give SP dirt. I'm gonna do that. Get dirt in the 5th slot, no, 6th slot. That makes sense these days. Like, what the fuck? Like, yes, if we do this, that would be logical. But if we, even if we do... I can't... There's something wrong with those slots, I think. Something very wrong with those slots. Like, I can't just get stuff from here by double-clicking. So already an issue.
That's a known bug. Those are actually false items. They're items that are there that don't show up and have no information. What you have to do is you have to restart your world.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I didn't actually
That's
know
why
about
I
that.
always use the replace item command.
Well, okay. So I guess this is replaced now. Let's see. Yep, okay. Daniel, why I was actually testing this is, I think you know the answer to this, but basically I want the order in which the items have to be dispensed, given. So like, what order does the player pick up stuff? I think it starts right on the hotbar to left, and then from the inventory it does every row. No, every row, and until it's done.
It goes 1 through 9 in the hotbar, then every row as if you were reading a book, and then the boots, then legs, then chest, then helm. Helm's the very last one.
Well, the armor doesn't really matter, right? Like, the armor is just dispensed at the same moment, and...
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you can actually get rid of those armor, or the dispensers, because I sent you this before the update with the replace items. So now you can place it directly on their head no matter what it is.
How exactly?
So
like, I forgot about it, actually.
Blocks are permitted. Here, I'll send it to you in the TeamSpeak.
Yeah, like, I've heard of something, I think, but... I have to admit, I'm not following stuff terribly well. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna check if this team is still online. Looks like it, though. Pretty nice. I'm surprised I've been lasting this long. But yeah, like I will actually like this filter. Does generally interest me, but it's I'm gonna check this. Okay, that's working. But it's just a bit tough to do some scenes on stream sometimes. But I think we'll make this one offline because it's a bit complex. Like people can always look at filters if they want to learn stuff, I guess. We
Yeah.
place item. Oh, so you can just
No,
select
it's
slots like
something
that.
like that. That's not perfectly typed out. I just kind of wrote
Well,
down
that's pretty
what's
nice.
in my memory.
I think I can check that. Well, sword probably won't work. You have to do like diamond sword or something. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Oh, yeah, we have to add the slash in the beginning, of course. Yes, okay, that's something to start with. Diamond sword. Did he place slot 10 with diamond sword? I did not know why it selected slot 10, but it did. Also, the diamond sword has got a bit of a strange damage value, but whatever. Okay, let's just say he plays item, right? Oh, dang it. And the block. Wondering what block does. Oh, you can just replace items inside of a chest, I see. Oh, that's pretty nice, I have to admit.
You can change slot to 0 if you want to put it in the first thing in your entire inventory.
But I'm wondering, like, how are the... Like, I know how the slots are numbered in the technical form, but it doesn't look like... Is Minecraft following it? I mean, I guess so. Like, I've got it on the screen right here. On the bottom of the player.dat format page, but... okay, let me just do this again, right? An item, simple thing, stone. Amount 1. Here's another valid parameter. Oh yeah, of course. Inventory. That's. Oh wait, I think I think it's actually selecting the inventory, and yeah, it's not actually looking at actual slots in the technical inventory, but slots in the technical hotbar. Or not. Hotbar would maybe work as well. Yes. Okay. That's good. So Daniel, for the filter, is it okay if I just target the player, assuming that he's the closest player, using @p? Hello? I guess you're gone for a second. Nice, thanks for the command, by the way, in case you ever hear this. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for that for now. I'm so surprised Squad isn't in. Let's see if he sends anything on Skype. Okay, send him another message. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. The replace item is actually a pretty interesting thing, I have to admit. Also, because of that, we do not actually have to care about any order in here. We can just do it all simultaneously and no one here cares. So that's pretty nice.
Well, if you're trying to include the order, then that allows the player to be able to use something along the lines like
Well, we are just resetting the inventory, right? So...
Like if they want to place the sword in the first slot and they want a specific potion in the second slot with like a count of 10 or so. Actually, I don't know if you can do, or if you can do something you can't. Like with replace item, I don't know if you can give a stack of 125 or something like that.
Let's see. Nope, at most 64. The poor kind
Well,
of
see if you can give like 64 potions.
Oh, dang it, Quad's in chat as turn. Sorry, Quad, I was like, oh no, sorry. Sorry by the way, Daniel, but Quad has been very psyched for this basically. For some time, and I really have to get him in. So hey dudes. And also hey Slayer. So yeah. Also, thanks by the way for the command. Really useful. Are you also okay if I use just at P to target the player?
I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah. Okay. So that's also set. I think that will be I think all my questions, but really for the time, I think I'm gonna stop
Thanks
it.
for having me, Luke.
Well, you can stay definitely, but I will probably. Yeah, that's basically how long I've been technically working on it. You think I'm
User
like
joined your channel.
suck? Hey, Quads.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Paul.
Sorry I was late.
Well, it's not like it's okay, dude. Okay, so I think I'm gonna remove this for now or something. Basically, I think like the quads filter is pretty interesting, also pretty easy to write. So I've thought a bit about it, and mathematically speaking, it's really easy to basically. How should I say that?
So what's
Yeah.
Quad's filter?
Well, quads filter. I'll get to it in a second because I have people saying something in chat. I want to respond. You think that Mojang will stop making more really huge updates in the next versions? I don't think they are. Like, for all I can see, the gaps are getting longer and longer every time. Like, I don't know. Like, that's the reason why you can also see that, like, 1.4.7, 1.5. I don't know how far they went with that one. But anyway, I seem compared to the past, I think they are like adding more versions in between because it's taking more time because they're making bigger updates at once. So,
If they've gotten all the feedback from everyone, then they might actually see that things like Bucket need to be updated with all these new things, and they're restricting the players from being able to use something that's been out for instance, this took 8 months. Their very first update we haven't been able to use in a server until just now.
well, they got the snapshots and the playlists, right? So it's not like they have nothing to rely on.
Well, yeah, but you'd have to use like vanilla server to be able to use that, and then you'd have to update that every single week. And things like Play Minecraft won't be able to be doing that, or Hypixel server. They rely on more advanced servers.
Actually, Hypixel only did update, but yes, it's glitchy as hell.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
They're pretty fast with those, I guess. Very
Yeah, that's
professional
true.
team they have.
Okay. Oh. Quads. Well, do you want to explain the filter, or it's really simple? But yeah, do you want to explain it to the
Sure.
stream? Oh, okay.
Alright, what I was thinking was like you take a selection, a very large selection, and you can set a pattern for how large the checkerboard pattern will be. And when you run the filter, it'll create a checkerboard pattern, and you can choose what type of blocks, both in black, supposedly like quartz and coal, will be, and how large the squares would be. And
Okay. Yeah,
it could be a 1x1 or larger.
Yeah, I think that's like pretty well explained.
That's actually
That's
a
all
pretty
together.
useful tool. I do something similar for that for my like creation worlds. I do every chunk like 16 by 16, and I use iron and gold to be able to dignify them. That way, I can have all my redstone packed in a single chunk, so it's not half loaded.
I've seen a lot of people do that. Like Mosh has a already made world with kind of command blocks and different commands, and all spawn chunks laid out. It's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice. I know Valve actually does something similar with an orange and black layout, so they can see like in meters, I think it is.
Yeah, isn't the untextured item also the same that Valve uses in Minecraft? The untextured blocks
Yeah.
are what Valve has?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
it's actually the exact same pixel for pixel, the same.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a bit of commentary for a second. So right now I just started writing. Timer started. For the size, I'm pretty sure that this is integer input basically. Just use this first value is the default value. Gonna go for like what default value we'll use? 1 for the size of each square. Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
It will be 1 then. Okay. Now 1, then for the maximal, well, of course it can't be smaller than 1. Because we will have to divide and then it will give errors dividing by 0. And for its upper limit, it can basically be any size, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
128, or I don't know.
Well, 128 is just not big enough. Like, typically I just have, I don't know. There's some value I often use for maximum, but I think from now on I'm just gonna go for like 1 billion or something, because really no one is gonna go over that, so I think. And I can write it further later on if I want to. This is not an important value. So these are just 2 blocks we'll be using for the checkerboards pattern. Block type input just allows you to get a nice block input, which allows you to both get the item ID and item data. So something in depth, it's gonna be size. Okay, so size is gonna be options. Size, this is pretty visible, right, for on the stream? In case any of you is watching. Okay, cool. So block 1, it's gonna be this. Block 1, and then the other one, of course, is gonna be block 2. Okay, so that's our inputs, a bit shortened. Now, this is gonna be extremely simple. Now, what I'm gonna do is for x in x range. I'm not sure if there's a quicker way to do this. I don't think so, unfortunately. This is basically how we loop through the entire box. Here we loop through the x values. Then we're gonna get to the y's and the z's. Oh, let me just get that. Okay, that's gonna be a y. Here also a y and there. Here a z and here also a z. So basically this is all MCEdit stuff. Now, there will basically be a distance from the box.minix where we started. Now, box.minix will be using block 1 probably. Basically, how we're going to identify where we place one block is pretty simple. Yeah, I'm just going to use a variable block for that, I guess, but it's basically using mathematics. We're going to look at the... we're basically going to take our coordinates and we're going to divide them... Well, not divide... yes, we're going to divide them by the size, which basically means we get the pixel where we are in, because in division by integer in Python doesn't mean you get a rational result, you get a integer result. So to basically round down, and that's what we want. So it basically gives you kind of the pixel where you're in, and you can basically, if you add all the coordinates up of x, y, and z, we got that way. You can see if the number is odd, it has to be one block. If it's even, it's the other block, and that should work. I haven't tested it, but I've thought about it in my head and think it should work. So now the block here. So actually, I think I'm gonna do this another way. I'm gonna just say blocks, and this blocks thing is gonna be a list. Oh no, it's not gonna be a list. It's going to be tuple, because we don't have to change it, so it's quicker to write it as a tuple, I guess. Quicker as in more efficient for the computer, I believe. Don't know that much about Python, but that's what I've heard. So, in case you guys want to say anything, by the way, go ahead. This is really just writing what I just said.
Yeah.
Come on, nothing.
Yeah, I've actually got one thing to suggest for this filter. You know how have either of you made maps in the source engine whatsoever?
Never.
Okay, well that's actually where I first started when I started making maps, and...
Well, wait, isn't Gary's mod kind of using the source engine?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, I have messed about in Gary's mod a bit.
Okay, well, if you remember at all, there was an orange and black texture, and in the orange texture, it's orange and black squares in one texture. In the bottom left corner of the orange square, there was a black dot. In the bottom left corner of the black square, there was a black dot, but it was slightly offset, so there was still orange wrapping around the black dot and black wrapping around the orange dot. And I'll send a picture of that here in a second. But it was used to figure out which way was north just by the glance of looking down, because it was always in the southwest corner of the textures. So using that, you'd always know which direction everything is. And if you're an experienced map maker, then it allows you to, instead of using F3 and then looking through the jumble of information to find which way you're facing, then you can just look at the ground and be like, all right, so I'm working in this section, like I'm in the southwest. Looking at the dot, I can find out I need to go to the northeast just by traveling this way.
That's cool.
Okay, I think we may actually already be ready for first test. As I said, it's a really easy algorithm, so I really hope this works. That would be like one of the fastest written filters, but it's basically just using a bit of mathematics to get stuff really simple. Like this is basically the only way we did this. One line determines what block we're using normally. Okay, of course, this entire thing, I'm assuming
Is there
that
a speed running for writing MCEdit filters?
there is nothing like that, but I just invented it, I guess. I'm a true pioneer.
You're a little jumpy, Luke.
Okay, I was afraid that was my internet.
No, like, I can definitely see. Alright, well, it's gotta go, but thanks for the stream, it was great. That's surprising, and it was 2 minutes ago, so maybe it's still there. So yeah, if you're still there, thanks dude, see ya. Thanks for saying actually, like, I'm really surprised. Actually, this
Have a good night, Slayer Troll.
What? Hello?
Oh, I
He
was
was just
talking
saying-
to Mr. Slayer Troll, the guy that just left.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Oh man, yeah, I'm getting quite like I'm trying to shut some stuff down because I have too much stuff open up right now. Okay, let me go for MCEdit first. I'll open MCEdit in a second. But you want to?
But yeah, could you add in something small like that?
What exactly? I think I must have missed that.
It's just a small checkbox, like add in southwest dots.
Add in southwest dots. What does it mean?
The checkbox would pretty much, if you look at the picture that I just sent you in TeamSpeak, you can see that all it does is just add in the opposite color, because you've got block 1 and block 2. In the block 1 squares, it would add in block 2 into the southwest corner, but just offset by 1 block.
Southwest is like the corner with the highest coordinates, right?
I don't know. I always assume that southwest is negative x and negative z direction, but I don't know if that's actually true.
I actually think you're talking about southeast. No, wait, no, negative x, negative x, negative. Wait a second, I gotta look at the.
Yeah,
no, that's you're talking about northwest. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
I can do that.
anyways, it would just be like adding in that dot, and you can see on that picture that I just sent you what that would look like.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I will add that in right away. So, what should I call it? Like orientation dots or something?
Yeah, that's actually really good. Or like compass dots. Nah, that's terrible name. Yeah, orientational dots.
I'm
is
not
probably-
good with these names either, but it's always a bit of a mess.
Orientational dots is probably the best way to explain what that might be. Anyways, I'm gonna make some dinner for my girl. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, see ya. What?
Sorry, I'm
still
like
there?
eating my dinner right now. Yeah.
Dude, you were sacrificing way too much. Anyway.
Yeah.
Really,
I'm
really
just
nice you managed to come, by the way. Because, like, did something happen, or didn't you want to say it on stream or something?
I just worked later than I expected since I'm working for another guy. So, and I guess it was a nicer day for working, so we were able to work longer.
That's cool.
But oh well. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I keep muting my mic is because I'm eating enchiladas and don't want to get chewing sounds on your stream.
I'm not hearing anything. You're pretty dang good at this.
I have a built-in, or the button that's right on the wire for the microphone, which is very handy.
Cool. Okay.
Kind of like a cough button, I guess.
Well, I just go to TeamSpeak and just mute myself.
Microphone muted. Microphone
Like
activated.
that, basically.
Yep, there's that too, I guess, since TeamSpeak has the keyboard option for it.
Okay, so I'm going to do this a little bit differently actually now with that orientational dot, which will take a bit of time to write in. So basically I have to, if x minus 1 is exactly divisible by the size, or x minus this, or x minus that, I think the way we can write this is like this. If 0 in, so basically we're going to look for an integer 0 in this list. Now what that basically means is that we are just oh no, actually I'm gonna loop through the three different coordinates, I think, for chords in, and then I'm just gonna define my list here, x, y, z. And then if chords minus 1 the modulo size equals 0, or better put actually, to make it a little bit shorter, if chord size is has 1 left, then actually the coordinates, it will be dang it, I'm forgetting it for a second, box, and so basically this will be relative to the size of the box. And I just realized I forgot it before. Here's a good thing I realized it now. But yeah, so we're gonna define this for a second, dx, dy, dz. I'm gonna use for the definition we're gonna use this, and that's good enough. Then we can add that in here. Basically this is just relative to what you already have, and then over here we can also use dx, dy, dz. Now if that is true, then we will basically block ID will be the opposite of what it normally is. So that will be a simple way to invert 0 to 1 is taking the integer of the boolean of no, the integer of the inverted boolean of your original integer. So basically if it's 1, boolean will be true, the inverted will be false, and the integer will be 0. If it's 0, it will be false, and if it will be true, then it will be 1. So that's basically how we do that. And then now here we get the block ID, and block data. That should be working. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Quad, you had to hear that, but if you're watching it, I guess it makes a little bit more sense. And yeah, then again, it's not supposed to be a complete tutorial. I may make a decent tutorial for this kind of stuff at some point in the future. But yeah. Okay, so let's just... also, by the way, the nice thing about this simple mathematical concept is that you can just do it in any amount of dimensions. And in this case, it's just written for 3. But it's not just 2-dimensional anymore. So I can just show you actually what it's going to look like. So... At least if MCEdit doesn't cache on me, which is doing right now. Sorry. Looks like it's not gonna happen just in a second.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly get rid of this. Come on. Come on. Okay, MCEdit cached again. I've been manually overriding MCEdit today. Okay, let's see. Okay, high flatland. I'm gonna try to get this filter running before the whole thing crashes again for once. Okay, actually I'm gonna place them on the ground because this, the top should be the same as the bottom, or like similar to it anyway. Yeah, it would be a bit annoying to have like this entire dark. Oh no, actually no, it's better to just have it floating because mobs won't spawn anyway. Okay, so filter, and we have a mistake in both of them. Did 6. Okay, syntax errors for the most part. And the filter this crashed again. Also, there was an error on schematic. Yes, that of course is unfinished. So I'm just gonna he plays that for a second. Adventurer bots. Here. We're just gonna quickly replace that schematic thing by this. I'm gonna use pause, which just basically just skips the function without really thinking about what's in there. You just need to have something in the function, else it will say that there's something wrong. Okay. By the way, Quads. Speaking of MCEdit filters, anyway we can get you in. Huh?
Me into writing MCEdit filters.
Yes.
One step at a time, man. I'm learning some HTML, but that's just the very beginning of my programming learning that I've been doing.
It's HTML, dude. It's not programming. We laugh at HTML program. No, it's also decent stuff, but it's another level. Like, it's web design versus programming. That's the way I look at it, at least. Not to say I'm good at it. Like, don't give. I'm impressed by Zilla's web design. Like, I can't do that stuff. Okay, looks like MCEdit is just caching every 5 seconds. About now. Let's just put this here. See if anything's in chat. Oh, look, Terminator. Do this on the weekend. Well, yes, that's the main issue, Terminator. I watch streams a lot. Saturday, well, it's limited engagement ended last week, but we got the Zipcrowd stream, which is basically an entire main evening, let's say. Then on Sunday, I've got another stream you probably won't know about, and on Friday, it's kind of late at night typically, but I can teach Spanish to you about. I think that's an issue. Oh man.
You totally need to learn Spanish.
Yeah, with all those new subscribers, right?
Yeah. Even more subscribers you'll get.
No. I don't want to... Like, my response to that is, do you want to learn Dutch? Because you don't. That's basically the response. So yeah, Kush, I'm sorry, but I will have to decline your offer. I'm not terribly good at languages. Like, I'm happy I can communicate with Quads right now in English. Or at least he pretends I can. I'm not sure if I really can.
Pretty much, yeah. I just, yeah. I understand
just not.
pretty well.
Oh, great.
Except for when you're trying to explain what you're
Stuff,
doing.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but it's meant to just people on the stream, you know, so I kind of have to ignore you for 5 seconds. Or 5 minutes.
No, that's fine.
Okay. But yeah, about this on the weekend. So actually on Friday, I typically go to Drunkcraft with Vibe and his friends and crew, basically, for mini games. And on Saturday, I'm typically at Zipcrowd stream, and on Sunday, I am typically at another stream. So this is not working. It's not working at all. Dang it. Something's crashing it. Anyway, so I'd love to put it there, I guess, but I can't really tear it on that simply. Although it would make sense, of course. Like, if this was in school, I couldn't watch this myself. Like, school. I mean, if I was in high school, this would be way too late. But yeah, because not too much meant for viewers anyway. I'm already surprised by this. Okay, the full doesn't do that. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm already surprised by the people we got here. Like, we got a couple of 5 people in. Pretty amazing. I'm really surprised actually. Like, I thought I was happy that like at some point like we would even had 1 viewer. Like I know you would come. It turns out Red Eyes was also interested in the end. Turns out Daniel did Daniel say anything before he left?
What?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Daniel said something.
I'm just making dinner for my girl.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh dang it. I'm sorry. Just so much happening. I'm a bit tired. So.
Oh, you're all good.
Okay, great. No, don't let us disturb you. I'm sorry about that. Okay, like 57. Let's see if this works. I hope it does, but I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't like that as an inverted thing. Huh. Okay. He started MCEdit again, because it doesn't feel like it. This is not how I typically write MCEdit filters, just for the record. Normally it's just you go to another tab, and you go back to your filters tab, and it reloads the filter. That's a great thing about Python. It can just, doesn't have to compile it, it just reads it immediately. But yeah, that's not what's gonna happen here. Filter. Oh, it works, dang it. That's nice. Okay, Checkerboard 1.0, please, somewhere. I can't see it, I've got too much filters. Okay, it doesn't even recognize it as a filter anymore. It's gone. That's not good. Oh wait, that's because it has the same name. I'm being an idiot. Checkerboard. See, I wanted to show the magic of MCEdit, basically swapping stuff, switching tabs to basically reload the filter, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. So
I'm actually kind of surprised MCEdit doesn't have a tabs like maximum of 3 or just tabs at all for that matter.
You mean like up here for different worlds or something? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if I say here, it's like wait 30 seconds.
We'll be right back again.
Okay, see you, dude. Ah, it's working, finally. Okay, gonna go for a size of 6 or something. First block, black wool. No, we kind of switches, like white wool first. And then black wool, let's hope that didn't sound too racist. Okay. Dang it. Ah, no, I was
By
so
mentioning that you sound racist makes you racist.
I guess so. I'm very bad. I don't think anyone will really take that offensive, so.
No.
Luckily. But yeah, I'm set cached again before I could give in the last input. I know that. Sucks. Actually, I should set
So-
this value to false.
What did you do to MCEdit to make it crash on you all the time?
I do not know. Like, I think it's just too laggy. Like, I could take a look at HStop. And see what's happening. Yeah, it's just like my CPU, both cores are like in the 90%.
Yeah, that's like when
Looks-
I was streaming, it just takes up so much CPU, and then trying to play Minecraft with that and doing other stuff. Alright, I will be right back. Need to get
Okay.
some water. And see ya.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, looks like this thing is just caching on me every 5 seconds, huh? Okay, in that case, I think... Never turn your keyboard upside down. Live lessons with Nerdy, guys. Remember that. But, yeah, this is really not working, and I do not know what's happening. Like, let me take a look at HStop before I remove it again. Yep, 100% both cores. It just doesn't have this, the computing power anymore to do anything. That's pretty sad, but I don't think there's much I can do about it. Well, no, there's one thing I can do about it. I'm just gonna, you know what, guys? I hope you don't mind, but I'm just gonna take a break for a second. Again, I actually have to take a bathroom break anyway. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay,
and
that's fine.
Oh, what? I thought you were gone.
I just went to get a glass of water.
But you're always there or not there. It's just you're a ninja.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna take a
Either
break
there
again.
or not there. That's
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah. So
Alright, see ya.
yeah. And now we'll just do the tests off camera for a second, and if it works, I'll show you
Oh.
the results. Okay. See ya. Let's see. I think it must have reset some stuff now, where so it should. If this doesn't work, I don't know. This used to work previous times when that bug happened. It's a bit laggy though, so I'm wondering if I'm like running my own scene in the background or something. Pretty dang weird. Anyway, Let's get back to Minecraft if we can. Come on. Is it streaming now? Because if it isn't, I don't really have much of a solution. Daniel?
Says you're streaming now.
Ah, yes. Great. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, so I'm frozen right now, but I guess you can kind of see the result. Okay, so over here, normal checkerboard. The pattern starts in the corner with the lowest coordinate, which is over here. And it just expands from there three-dimensionally. So if you got it flat, that's totally okay, then it will just stick to that one block, but you can also do it as a bit of a spatial thing, in case you need that.
That's pretty impressive looking.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised by the simplicity of the mathematics behind this. Like,
User joined your channel.
hey,
Ooh,
can
looks
you-
like it was. Was it
Looks like-
working?
Welcome back, Quad.
yeah, welcome back, by the way. And it is working well, kinda, I think. Like, well, my Minecraft is really laggy for some reason, but can't really do a lot about it. I guess it's pretty heavy to handle with the lighting or something with these big cubes. But
Yeah, with the rendering of all the block updates.
yeah. So I guess that's what's lagging it out. So yeah. Anyway, Daniel, have you already seen the dots in those photos? I guess.
I can see it on like the left half of your stream right now.
Yeah. So
and
I'm flying
I see
towards
how
it
they're
now.
coming out horizontally. What I was originally talking about was like pillars that go through them.
Yes, but that's
I mean,
that's
that
also the
works too. I
case.
don't see why it wouldn't.
No,
Yeah.
that it's basically in all three directions. So I can go down a tiny bit and you can see.
Yeah,
In
I
like
think it
40
looks good,
seconds.
because if people want to just make that hollow, then it works real well.
Okay. So yep. Now you can see it normally. It's on all three sides again, just oriented towards the lowest corner.
So,
This is so
my
funny.
girl just walked in.
Yeah.
My girl just walked in, and she's freaking out, holding a lit cigarette, walking through the house. I was like, "What's wrong, baby?" She goes,
What?
"I'm going downstairs to smoke." I was like, "Why?" A grasshopper right on my face, and she stormed out of the room.
A grasshopper. We catch those things. No, actually, I do have some practice catching those things from my childhood. It just you have to be quick with your hands, and they typically jump too late, and you have them. Anyway,
Oh
so yeah, that's what this looks like. I think that's about it for the checkerboard filter. Like that one should also be done. I thought for me a commentary, which I will write at another point, which I will. So I will probably upload this thing maybe next week. Shouldn't take that long.
Yeah. I think it looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, like it's simple, but people like I could find use for this in like chunk research and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you had to do
Definitely.
Oh, yeah,
or outside
absolutely.
stuff.
You were building a building that needed a checkerboard floor of some kind. That way you won't have to keep on just placing blocks, copying that,
Yeah.
making it bigger.
Cloning over and over. You know, something that might come in handy for some people is a checkbox for like guided to the chunks. That way they, like, say the algorithm goes a little bit off and you select something. I don't know, like, does the algorithm say at all to abide by chunks if you're working with 16 by 16? Like, if 16 by 16 equals true, then it must align with the chunks.
I
Well,
guess I could
you-
write that, but then you couldn't have any other things, so that's a bit weird in my opinion.
What you can do is, like, you select an area, and then with MCEdit, you can do the bind chunks or something, and that selects all those chunks that hold that area that
Yes,
you
indeed,
had.
that you
Oh,
can do
yeah.
that as well.
And
So I
then
think
from
that
there
should
you
also
can do
do
the 16
stuff.
by 16, and it'll be inside
Yeah.
the chunks.
Yeah, what I was thinking was, like, if the string equals 16 or 32 or 64 or an increment of 16, really, then it would bind the chunks. But that's just what was going through my mind. But yeah, that'd work perfect.
Yeah, you can also do that, I guess. So that will be it for the checkerboard filter.
I'll be right
For
back.
the, okay, for the adventurer pods, I guess some work could be done now, but I'm actually quite tired, so I think we may be ending it here for the first stream. Like, actually quite stressful, but really nice to see so much people come here. I think I will stay before, for Daniel for a bit until he comes back. But yeah, like, also thanks a lot for coming, by the way, Quad. Must have been...
No problem. So, again, sorry I was late.
Well, no, like, you sacrificed your time for this, so you don't have to thank, apologize. But yeah, like, I will definitely work on this a bit offline, also other filters which I have in store. Maybe do another stream like this, maybe in 2 weeks or something. Probably not so from there on, college and stuff. But yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty good. Cool.
But yeah, thanks for the filter. It looks really nice, and I'll probably definitely be using it at some point.
Dude, you're just trying to make it sound useful.
Well, the reason I had it was I was trying to know how many pixels were in a map, or like where each pixel was in a map on an item frame. And so what I had to do was make the 2 by 2 with the checkerboard, then copy that, make it bigger, and then copy that, make it bigger. And it was like,
yeah,
God, this takes so
time.
long. Why isn't there some filter for this? But now there is.
Yay, party! Oh well. So, I'm just gonna say a bit for Daniel, but so this filter and the height flex filter should probably be a little bit more, maybe a bit tweaked. Definitely commentary written, and then up to YouTube in the next couple of weeks.
Cool.
Other things I can maybe say.
What was?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
What was the other filter that you had made?
Height flex. It's one I wrote when most people were not here yet.
Okay.
Basically, you can see like this item. It's physically it's identical to this one, but it has all these different. You know height flex, right? Or maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then you know exactly what I'm talking about, I guess. So
So
basically,
it just in the tag for
so you
hiding
get
all the flags.
Well, no, that's the thing, because unbreakable is still visible. You can basically get 6 checkboxes, and on standard they're like on default they're all on, but you can choose to turn some of them off, and then they will not be hidden. So
cool. That's very useful.
So you can basically it's actually really easy to with like this shift bits operation, which in most programming languages to just quickly write this bit field. But yeah, that's stuff from earlier on in the stream. But yeah, that goes pretty well. And also the potion of swiftness actually does have swiftness, but I removed the potion effect from there. I could not get the attribute modifiers going, because I do not have any clue how those work. Like, I tried to mess out for a bit, but it's such a mess. So yeah, I hope I will never have to use those.
I think there is a filter for like changing what potion effects a potion will give you when you drink it, but
oh yeah, yes, definitely. Like at the potion effect, it's actually the first filter in my list, but it's often worded by the way. But it's
I thought that was for giving potion effects to mobs, or is that?
No, that's actually also true. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right.
But yeah, I do think Seth Bling might have a filter for changing the potion effects. Maybe it is for the item or the potion.
I don't know, but anyway. For the potion was pretty simple, but attribute modifiers, like it's this thing about attributes, but not really, and it's such a mess. I didn't get the format at all. I just tried to mess around with it for a bit. You can watch my dope if you here want to. I will re-upload it. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of, you don't mind if I re-upload this, right?
No, of course, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, that's basically the idea too, because there of course aren't that much people. In fact, there are way more people than I initially expected on here. Yeah, so, but of course, for the main purpose was to have some kind of documentation. I will upload it to YouTube, like one video maybe. It'll take some time, but at least it's 480p, so that it should be a little bit smaller. But yeah, also the adventure pods, pretty interesting concept. I have to admit, I really should get into this.
Yeah? Wait, the what?
Adventure pod. Yeah, you weren't. I don't think you were there. Basically that's what I was doing right before you came in. It was Daniel's field ID. Basically, it's a bit complex. Basically, it teleports you in some kind of chamber, and that chamber just equips you with everything. Basically, Like it sets your inventory and armor and stuff, and that's based on like 2 chests of inputs basically. And I also plan on using a new feature Texel have discovered on how to basically set the MCEdit clipboard to a certain schematic you have. So you basically don't have to source selection and target selection won't be used here. You just select the chests, and then it will paste something to your clipboard, and then you can paste it anywhere in your world. And because all of the command blocks are relative, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Of course, it doesn't work if your command blocks aren't relative, but yeah. In this case, they are.
I do think I remember DJI Music made a filter for like setting the inventory of a player, but I don't think it's using the replace item. I think it's using give. When that was still.
Okay, that's actually interesting because yeah, it's definitely relevant actually. If I like, I don't want to. In fact, like I was so surprised that the I should definitely check that out. But I was so surprised that what's it called? This checkerboard fill that one hasn't been done. Like, are you crazy? This thing,
yeah, I know. That's like it sounds simple to make.
Like this one took, if I didn't mess up initially, this took less than half an hour to write.
Mm-hmm.
But it was I had to keep it on crashing, and I had to debug a lot for this option. But
yeah.
So
and did you check that forum thread where the guy had mentioned it? Did he ever?
I did read through some stuff, but it didn't look like they had one.
Okay, so yeah, first of its kind.
Yeah,
that we know of. Yeah.
Anyway, Daniel, you're still not there?
I just got back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, basically we're trying to wrap stuff up, so we're kind of waiting for you because. Also, thanks a lot for you for staying and supporting stuff and suggesting ideas. If anyone got ideas, you can mention it in comments or whatever, because it's gonna be uploaded to YouTube. So yeah, I think it's gonna be about it. Thanks for tuning in now, or later on YouTube or whatever. Respect if you actually watched through all 3 hours of this. Yeah, and yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Come on, Quad, not again.
Okay, bye. Sorry.
This is episode 2 all over again.